Hello all, Marty back with you at Warehouse and Operations as a Career. It's been busy, but busy's really kind of good. The first quarter of 2023 is gone, wrapped up, put in a box, and put away. How'd you do? Did you achieve all that you had planned for? Let's see. I wanted to say something about the second quarter real quick. Today we'll be thinking about how hard a little change is and how accepting a little change can pay off for us and our families in really a big way. This year, I know we're only in week 14 right now, but I've seen or heard of 23 people quitting. Well, no, I guess that's the wrong word. They all terminated themselves. I won't waste our time and go through each one individually, but 19 of them were released for attendance. Well, hang on. Looking at it a little closer, it appears that consistently being tardy was really the issue. Real quick side story. I know this one large distribution facility that has a weekly attendance bonus program. Out of about 50, I think it's 52 people, only 10 or 12 really achieve it each week. And it can range from like $60 to $90. Now get this though. Scheduled off days do not count against you, and you have a 15-minute grace period at the beginning of each shift. I said only 10 or 12 actually achieve it each week. Does that really kind of make sense? Okay, enough about that, because I've got a few opinions there that I don't want to get into. Okay, I have a bajillion questions that I need to get to. A recurring question has been, is a lead role or supervisor position worth it? Why would I want that responsibility? How can I become a frontline supervisor? I'll say absolutely to is a lead role or supervisor position worth it? And then why would I want that responsibility? Well, to definitely take care of your family by better earnings. Remember, we've learned over the years that more money comes with more responsibility. And as for how can I become a frontline supervisor? Well, let's kind of get into it and look at it for a minute. Transitioning into a warehouse management role, such as a supervisor at a distribution facility, can really be both exciting and challenging. Let's look at a couple of tools, tips, and best practices that could help us succeed in that new role. First, I think it's important that we learn the operations. We're always talking about knowing every task that touches ours. Familiarize yourself with the warehouse layout, products, equipment, and the different processes. Understand the flow of goods from receiving to shipping, and learn about inventory management, order picking, and packing. We're in this for the long haul, and it's going to take some time. We'll need those experiences to understand those roles. I think it's important that we develop people skills too. A warehouse supervisor needs strong interpersonal and communication skills. You will be working with a very diverse team of employees, including warehouse workers, drivers, and office staff. We need to remember to motivate, coach, and resolve conflicts effectively. Another point, we'll need to master time management. As a warehouse supervisor, you will need to prioritize different tasks and manage your time effectively. This includes setting realistic deadlines, maybe delegating tasks and monitoring, others' progress. And of course, we have to embrace technology, really learn to leverage warehouse management systems or WMSs and barcoding systems and other technologies to streamline operations, reduce errors, and improve efficiencies. We'll have to stay up to date with the latest industry trends and tools. Of course, another one, implement safety protocols. We'll have to ensure the safety of our teams by promoting safe work practices, conducting regular safety audits, and providing any necessary training. We'll need to familiarize ourselves with OSHA guidelines and other relevant safety regulations. Let's see, another one is developing problem-solving skills. Warehouses are very dynamic environments, and challenges can arise pretty much any time throughout the shift, and most of the time very unexpectedly. We'll have to learn how to analyze problems, identify root causes, and implement effective solutions. Here's another good point. I think this is really important. Focus on continuous improvement. We'll have to constantly review processes, identify any bottlenecks in the system, and make those data-driven decisions to optimize efficiency and reduce cost. It's important to remember in some organizations or facilities, we may need to maintain accurate inventory also. Accurate inventory tracking is really kind of crucial to warehouse management. Implement systems to track inventory levels, conduct regular cycle counts, and address any discrepancies, quickly. Now, here's another good one and important one here. Build a strong team. We'll have to hire and retain skilled, motivated employees. We put a lot of work into training. We want to keep them. We'll need to foster a positive work environment, provide opportunities for growth, and recognize outstanding performance. We're going to communicate negative things like poor attendance or errors to them. It's going to be imperative that you also recognize positives. A good pat on the back goes a long way. And then invest in professional development. We've got to stay ahead of our career by attending industry conferences, network events, and things like workshops. We need to pursue relevant certifications that we can find in our industry also. I believe that by focusing on these areas and, consistently working to improve your skills, you'll be well prepared to succeed as a warehouse supervisor in a distribution facility, maybe manufacturing or production as well. One of the hardest points for transition from the floor to the frontline management team, or at least it was for me, was managing previous friendships and relationships, when I was getting ready to transition to a supervisory role. That can be pretty challenging on its own. It's important to strike a strong balance between maintaining positive connections and establishing your authority as their leader. Let's discuss a few tips on how to handle this very delicate situation. First, I think we have to set clear boundaries. It's going to be crucial to establish those clear boundaries between your personal and professional relationships. Communicate with your friends and former peers about the new expectations and responsibilities that's going to come with your role. Make sure they understand that work-related decisions will be based on professional criteria, not those personal connections that we've had. It's going to be important to be transparent and fair. Ensure that your decision-making is transparent to everyone. It's objective, and that it's fair to all of your team members, not just your friends. We need to avoid showing favoritism, as that's going to lead to resentment and probably undermine your authority. When making decisions that involve your friends, consult with other managers or HR to avoid any, potential conflicts of interest. Here's another really important one. Maintain professionalism. It's important that we maintain that professional demeanor in the workplace. We got to keep work-related conversations focused on tasks and projects. And avoid discussing personal matters during those working hours. This is going to help reinforce the separation between your personal and your professional relationships. And, I think that kind of goes along with we need to treat everyone equally. As a supervisor, it's essential to treat all employees with respect and consistency. Make sure to provide equal opportunities for growth, development, and things like recognition to everyone on the team, regardless of your personal relationships. Oh, and here's a good one right here. We need to be open to feedback. We need to encourage open communication and listen to any kind of feedback from our teams, including our friends. This can help, us identify areas where we might be unintentionally showing favoritism or being biased and make, those necessary adjustments as we need to. And we'll have to make some adjustments to our social interactions. This can be a very important one also. It may be necessary to modify your social interactions outside of work to maintain that professional authority, while we're in the workplace. For example, you might need to limit discussions about work-related matters during social gatherings or avoid discussing sensitive information with friends who are also your employees. One of the hardest things for me, and I learned eventually that I needed to prepare for difficult, conversations. As a supervisor, you may need to have difficult conversations with our friends, such as addressing performance issues or enforcing any company policies. We need to approach these conversations with empathy and professionalism while focusing on the facts and really the best interest of our organization. And it's always okay to seek support and guidance. We need to reach out to other managers, maybe some mentors or HR professionals by asking for advice on navigating those challenges of managing friends in the workplace. They might have valuable insights and suggestions based on their own experiences. By following all these tips, we can effectively manage the transition from peer to boss while maintaining positive relationships with our friends in the workplace. Remember that it's crucial to prioritize your role as a leader and make decisions that benefit the entire team and your organization. All that sounds simple, right? Well, it's not. But it is doable and can be a great part of our career path. Now, you've heard me say 100 times, and I honestly believe that it is just fine to be the best at your position that you love. Sanitation, being a forklift operator, an unloader, a pallet runner. Really, any warehouse position can be a career, and it can be a good career. Well, I hope I mentioned something today that sparked a thought or two. If you have any questions, please send us a message to host@warehouseandoperationsasacareer.com. Maybe even check out our Facebook or Twitter pages or feeds at use that little @ WHSEANDOPS. Until next time, grow, be productive, prosperous, and above all, stay safe out there.